Hello and welcome to ESL Revolution, everyone. I'm your content creator and professor, Dr. B. Not a real doctor. Hope you're all very well today, and welcome back to part 2 of the Mercenary Bodyguard healing video. This is, let me bring this out here. There we go. So we are doing today, we are looking at two particular issues with regard to the Merc Healer, and we're going to be looking at utility points and passives, some of the key passives that are important to keep in mind for healing on the Mercenary. But before we do, I'd like to give a big shout out to Merlin Sortor. Of course, I do this most videos, I hope, to give him a shout out. He's the one who created the original Google Doc that has all of the specs and all of the classes in there, both Republic and Imperial. Link down below in the description so that you can go and check it out for yourself. I did have a conversation with him over email about 4 or 5 months ago. He gave me the okay to use his documents and his setup as a way of teaching you, or at least providing you the information that you need via the video, via his original work. So big shout out to Merlin. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for the community. Much appreciated indeed. Okay, so let's get into our two areas of focus today. We're going to be looking at utilities first and then our passives. So let's go to our combat proficiencies here. And let's hit up with our first one, which is gyroscopic alignment jets. When you vent 20 heat, you vent 20 heat when stunned, immobilized, knocked down, or otherwise incapacitated. Additionally, your next tech ability deals 10% extra damage or healing. Now, as a merc, all of our healing is tech focused, so that means this is going to be very good, because if we are stunned for a few seconds, that next big heal is going to do 10% more. Now, this is let's call this situational, because especially with a lot of fights that have stuns or knockbacks, this will definitely help us. But there really isn't a lot of significantly good choices in the skillful area for us. A lot of these other 5 here that are not picked, these here are, I think, more for PvP, to be quite honest, or they could be taken with PvP. So I think this is a decent one to have. Okay. The next one is threat sensor. Increases stealth detection by 3, melee and ranged defense by 3%, and reduces the cooldown of stealth scan by 5 seconds. Additionally, when you activate Cure on yourself, all periodic damage is reduced by 30% for 12 seconds. Okay, so here's our Cure right here. This is a cleanse. Okay, so if we use this on ourselves, that means we can reduce all periodic damage. So that's going to be the periodic damage. This is going to be our dot, if we have dot damage on us. Okay, so that is a nice way of helping ourselves out a little bit. Now, stealth detection and stealth scan, not really needed in terms of a PvE situation. However, we're really using this for the second part of it, which is the cure, to activate that on ourselves. So it's kind of like a way of of giving ourselves a little bit of a defensive. I mean, think about it. It's 11.2 seconds. So basically every 11 seconds we get the chance of having that little defensive activated. So it can be very, very nice. The last one is improved vents. Vent heat now immediately vents an additional 15 heat and grants 10% alacrity for 6 seconds. Okay, so this is a big one because obviously the more heat we can vent out, the more healing we can do. So that is a good thing. And also, when we are let's say we're a little bit low, we hit our vent, we can also not only reduce that heat very effectively, but we also have the alacrity that allows us to speed up those heals during that heat reduction period. So it's a good one to have for sure. More healing, more energy, all good. Okay, in the Masterful tier, this is the mid-tier utility zone. Let's look at Torque Boosters. Torque Boosters increase the duration of hydraulic overrides by 4 seconds. This provides hydraulic an extra 4 seconds. Let me see if I can find it here. Hydraulic. Where is it? I cannot find my skill. I know I moved the. I knew that's it. There it is. There it is. Okay. So it increases it increases it by 4 seconds. So there's a cooldown of 45 seconds. Grants 10 seconds of immunity from movement impair effects, knockdown, and physics, and increases movement speed by 30%. So that is a very, very nice one for sure to have. So if I hit this one, you're going to see something pop up here. Hit that one. Boom, there we go. So it's kind of cool. You can see this neat little icon or this animation around us. And there we go. So it's usually 6 seconds, I believe. And that torque booster allows us to have 10 seconds. So that is definitely a nice. The reason why this is a good one for PvE, I think, is because it does allow us to move faster in those situations where we need to perhaps get to the other side of the room. So it's definitely a nice one to have. Okay, next one, Energy Rebounder. When you take damage, the active cooldown of Energy Shield is reduced by 3 seconds. This effect cannot occur more than once every 1.5 seconds. In addition, when taking damage, you have a 20% chance to emit an energy redoubt, which lasts up to 6 seconds and absorbs 4,000 damage. This effect cannot occur more than once every 10 seconds. Okay, this is a good defensive skill to have. Not only does it reduce your cooldown for Energy Shield. Now, Energy Shield is a 2-minute cooldown. If you're getting hit every 1.5 seconds, even if it's just a very little bit of damage, every 1.5 seconds, that shield timer is going to start dropping down, which allows you to have that defensive up more often, and it does provide you with damage reduction by 25% for 12 seconds, and that's pretty decent, pretty decent for sure. So nice one to have. You can see that a lot of these utilities are defensive in nature. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. Shouldn't be. Defensive skills are very, very handy for sure. Next one, Power Overrides. Reduces the cooldown of Concussion Missile and Power Surge by 15 seconds each. In addition, Power Surge grants a second charge making your next 2 abilities with an activation time activate instantly. Okay, now I'm not going to talk about this one too much because when we get to our skill usage, it's going to play a role in there. This allows us essentially using Power Surge during supercharged gas enables not only 1 extra insta-cast healing of Healing Scan. So Healing Scan is this one right here. So instead of the activation cooldown of 1.86 seconds, this will be instant. Boom, boom. So it can be very, very helpful. But due to its cast time being longer than a global cooldown, the instant cast enables you to get more healing output overall while simultaneously being mobile. So I can move around, and because there's no activation time, I can move around while this is going off. So very nice skill. I'm going to show you what that looks like when we get into our skill usage and energy management. So stick around for that 3rd video. It is coming up. Okay, the heroic. Let me just make sure. Okay, the heroic tier. There are the 3 here that I use. The first one, Kalto Surge. Kalto Overload triggers at and can heal you up to 60% of your maximum health. Additionally, Kalto Overload lasts 2 seconds longer and heals for twice as much each time it restores health. Okay, so Kalto Overload is, where is it here? Let me look for it. Kalto Overload. I'm trying to find it. I can't remember what it looks like. It looks like the little guy. Where's the little guy? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway. Where is it? It's all good. Not to worry. Anyway, so if you can use it, it's basically one of those skills that you can use on yourself to allow you a pretty decent heal up if you happen to be getting low in your own you're healing and you notice, oh my god, I'm down by 100,000, I'm at half health or whatever. You can hit that and it'll boost you up pretty quickly. So it's a nice, again, it's a defensive skill to have for yourself. Very, very handy. Next, stabilized armor reduces damage taken from area of effects by 30%. Additionally, while stunned, you take 30% less damage from all sources. So this one is a nice one because there definitely is going to be time when, even though we're not standing in stupid, you might get some splash damage from time to time. That's going to reduce your damage taken by 30%, which is great. But if you happen to get stunned, you're also going to take 30% less damage from any source of damage. Okay, any source of damage, doesn't matter whether it's force or tech or white damage, doesn't matter. Very, very nice one to have as well. The last utility here is Thrill of the Hunt. This is definitely an always take. Allows unload, blazing bolts, and progressive scan to be activated while moving. Now, as a healer, for the most part, I don't worry that much about DPS skills. Okay, it's generally not what I do. Where's the unload? Unload is around somewhere. I might not even have it on here. But the progressive scan is definitely the one. Let me see, where is it here? Progressive scan. Oh, progressive scan. There we are. I forgot my skills. Again, I changed my skills around. So progressive scan heals a friendly target for almost 25,000 over the duration, and heals 1 new friendly target within 20 meters for 6,000 with each tick, and then up to 4 targets total with the final tick. 28 heals generated over the channel. So with this one here, it used to be that you had to just stay there and, you know, not do anything while you're doing that. But this one here, you can actually activate this while you're moving around. Very, very nice to have, because you can use that skill, pop it off, run out of something that happens to drop on the floor as you're trying to get it off, and you can move out of that. So it's not only is it proactive in that I'm going to use a big skill to heal people, but at the same time it also allows me to react very well to damage without getting clobbered necessarily. So those are the ones that I'm taking. Okay, passives. Let's there's 6 passives here that I want to talk about. Obviously there are other things that we can talk about, but I do want to talk about these 6 in particular. The first one that I want to discuss is let's do this one here. Emergency response. This one right here eliminates the heat generated by emergency scan. In addition, activating emergency scan grants emergency response, which makes your next healing scan activate instantly. Okay, so our let's see, healing scan, there it is there. So it's the emergency scan. So this one here, this skill right here, it grants us emergency response, and it makes our healing scan activate instantly. So if you look at this one here, healing scan is 1.86. So if I'm going to use it, I guess I'll just use this on myself. That's fine. So I'm going to use emergency scan, and you notice up here I'm going to have a little another little passive that pops up. So I'm going to hit that one. Okay, there we go. And this is highlighted, and boom. And there we go. I just critted for 42,000 heal. So very nice. Now, the other nice thing that I'm gonna talk about this later, but the other nice thing about these 2 skills is they're very, very low power. So yeah, these 2 here working together, great combination for healing. It's only 2 skills, but works extremely well. Now, you are also, as you can see, going to get invigorated, which increases my healing received for 40 seconds on any character that has it. So this is a good one to have on the tank, for example. I can use these 2 in combination on the tank and put heals onto the tank as well. I can use it on myself, as kind of almost like a defensive, but I can use it on others as well. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the invigorated hits up to 6 people. I'm gonna have to double check on that, but yes, it's definitely a nice one to have. Okay, so that one, very nice, emergency response. Next one, Kalto Residue. This one right here, Kalto Missile leaves a residue on up to 8 enemies in its area of impact, reducing movement speed by 50% for 3 seconds. In addition, healing scan grants invigorated to its target, increasing healing received by 3% for 45 seconds. Okay, so this one here does 2 things. It slows enemies in an area. Now, honestly, in PvE, is that going to be a huge deal? Probably not. But certainly that second part, healing scan grants invigorated to its target, that is definitely a very, very helpful thing. 3% doesn't sound like a whole lot, but you know what? It does add up. And anything that we can get as a bonus is a good thing. Okay, next one that I want to talk about is Warden. This one right here. Increases the critical healing bonus of all heals by 5% and causes Rapid Scan to generate an extra stack of supercharge when activated. In addition, the effect of my supercharged gas abilities are modified. Okay. Now this is this passive is very, very good. Now it is a filler. It is kind of a filler. Let's call it a filler skill. Okay, it's a filler skill. But what it allows us to do is to increase or to provide those 10 stacks of supercharge, and we get 2 for every time we do it. So watch this. So if there's 1. Okay, now you see I've got 2 stacks. Now I can just do this. There's 4, 6, 8. Very nice. Oh, and bangarang! You see that nice little energy glow around me? Okay, so that means my supercharged gas is available. Now you can also see these other ones here. Healing scan is instant during this time. Oh no, sorry, I hit the wrong one. So I can do that one. Now that increases my healing done for about 10 seconds, which again, very nice. Boom. So I can use some of these in combination. Okay, so that one is that one's one where maybe you'd want to be doing that at the beginning, just before a fight begins, so you have those stacks ready to go. All right, next one is this one, critical efficiency. Activating rapid scan grants a charge of critical efficiency, which reduces the heat generated by my next healing scan by 5. Okay, this effect can stack up to 3 charges. Okay, so if I'm doing rapid scan, okay, 1, 2, 3. There it is right there. Now, this one here has now kind of glowed a little bit, and there we go. So it drops it. So it drops it down. Oh, that's interesting. Generated by your next healing scan by 5. That's interesting. It didn't go down by 5. It went to 5. Ooh, I wonder if that's a typo. Who cares? It works for us because that means more heal for less power. So I'm okay with that. It could be either the skill is not set right, or the passive is not worded correctly. So that's one of those ones where, you know, again, you can use this in a way to increase the power to heal ratio. Okay, because if a big heal like that is going off, there's a 40,000, and it only costs me 5 energy. So yeah, definitely really good. Okay, Warden. Let's go to Kalto Boosters. Kalto Boosters, where are you? Kalto Boosters. Where's my Kalto Booster? Oh, this one right here. There we go. Sorry. It's got a similar look to this one. So, yeah, reduces the heat generated by Kalto Missile. That is this one right here. Okay, so it reduces the heat by 5. So instead of 20, I'm now at 15, which is very nice. And increases the critical chance of Kalto Shell by 5%. All right, Kalto Shell is here. Now, what does this mean? If I'm using this, that means I can heal up to 8 people, okay? And then if I apply this Kalto Shield, it means that I have for 3 minutes, I have an instant heal back to me, all right? So let me show you what I mean by this. Okay, there's that. And then I'm going to use this. Okay, so this one here heals on damage taken. So this lasts for quite a while. Anytime I take damage, I'm going to self-heal. But because of this, what it will do is it will increase the critical chance of those Kalto Shell heals to crit, which is by 5%. Now, This lasts for 3 minutes. It's generally put on the tank, so there are times when obviously the tank is getting hit. I can put this on the tank, and it will allow those ticks. Every time the tank gets hit, this number drops from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it goes down, and then you can reapply it afterwards. Okay, so that's a nice one to have. It's always you always got that little heal over time going on anytime the tank takes damage, or maybe a DPS that's with you that happens to be taking a little bit too much. Okay, the last one that I want to talk about is provocative medicine. This one right here. Emergency scan applies provocative medicine to the target, healing for an additional 12,000 over 9 seconds. Additionally, progressive scan grants the protected effect to its targets it heals, increasing their armor by 10% for 45 seconds. So if I'm doing this one right here, okay, so this is the emergency scan here. So I'm going to hit this one. Now you see it's going to give me a little dot there, okay, and you can see that I've got emergency response. Next healing scan is great. It activates instantly, and critical damage and healing is increased. Okay, so that's a nice one to have because it does allow for, again, it allows for a little bit of a tick of healing, and if it's on, let's say, the tank, it gives that 45 seconds on the tank for increasing their armor. So yeah, definitely a nice one to have. The hot is not, it's minor, but it is, it's all healing that helps us. So in that sense, it's great. And you can hit that more than one person. So if you are in a pinch, you might want to hit that on 1 or 2 people, allowing you to increase their armor rating, which reduces the damage that they're taking, which does not put then as much pressure on you as a healer to actually heal. So there you go. Okay, that is it for utilities and passives. If you've got any questions, don't forget to comment in the section below. Everybody heals slightly different. This is just one particular way of doing it, so it's no problem. Maybe you've got a different way. Be interested to hear how you do that. Go ahead and sub and hit the notification button. Every Tuesday, these class proficiency videos are dropping. And then, generally speaking, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, those are story days. The next story that I'm going to be doing is the Republic Trooper. Is the next one that I'm going to be doing. So we finished up the operative vanilla story, and now we're going to touch on the trooper, and I'll explain why we do that in our first video. That's it for me today. Thank you so very much. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy very much the game, and remember, as always, may the Force be with you. Take care. We'll see you next time.